The growth and importance of Lagos and Birmingham. Lagos is a city located to the southwest of Nigeria. It's important within its country. It's the main financial centre for Nigeria. Even though Abuja is the capital of Nigeria, most of the running of the country in terms of industry and commerce takes place in Lagos. It's very, very important within its region. It's the biggest economy within Africa. You find with Lagos you get some very, very rich people, but then 2/3 of the people are living within slums in the city. It's very important in the wider world. It's got its own international port and airport, and 80% of Nigeria's industry is within the city of Lagos. You get lots of transnational companies such as Nestle and Google Nigeria working out of Lagos. The growth of Lagos in 1929 and before that, it was a fairly small fishing village. And obviously it's grown into this massive city of 21 million people now. Let's chart that growth. The growth of the city has mainly been since the 1950s, and this will be because of a mixture of push and pull factors that have made people move from the countryside to the city. It's one of the fastest growing cities in the world. It grows by about 500,000 people each year. And why are people moving to Lagos? It's because they can earn 4 times more money in the city than they would have earned within the countryside. There's also international migration to the city, helping it to grow from countries like Chad and Niger, and also businessmen coming from the USA, UK and China to work in their companies within Lagos. So how has migration changed the character of Lagos? Well, if you get lots of people moving to a city, 500,000 every single year, it'll make the city overcrowded and congested and polluted. It brings lots of different ethnic groups together within the city. There can be tensions. Population densities are obviously really high within the city, and it uses a huge amount of energy, and it's faced with lots of problems, such as how does it get rid of all of its rubbish? How do you get clean drinking water to a population of 21 million people? How can you have enough jobs and school places and all that sort of thing for such a vast population? Now let's move on to the city of Birmingham within England. Birmingham is found towards the centre of England. It is a very, very large economy within its region, the West Midlands. It is the second largest city within England, and having grown hugely during the Industrial Revolution, it's now a centre of culture and shopping. It's famed for shopping centres such as the Bull Ring, and people go there to visit places like the Sea Life Centre, Symphony Hall, etc. So people travel from around the UK to do that. In terms of the wider world, it's got an international airport, and it hosts companies such as Cadbury's and Jaguar Land Rover that do business across the world. It has the jewellery quarter within it, which is the largest working jewellery centre within Europe, and it's very multicultural. 12,000 international students are attending the city's universities, so it's a very important city within the wider world. Now, what was the growth of Birmingham like? If we go back to 1729, Birmingham had a population of about 10,000 people. And since 1729, it's grown into the big city it is now of over 1.1 million people. Let's have a look at Birmingham's growth. Now, unlike Lagos, which has grown during the 1900s, Birmingham's growth started in the 1800s during the Industrial Revolution. So let's take a look at this. It's gone from the small market town to the second largest city, and this is what happened. During the Industrial Revolution, metalwork and engineering industries grew up within Birmingham, and this attracted people to come and work in the city. Then they had to have houses built for them. And by 1900, had a population of over 500,000 people. During the 1950s, the population fell slightly with the decline of industry, but now it's growing again because of international migration and internal growth. So how has the character of Birmingham changed? Well, since 2000, people from Eastern Europe, Africa and the Middle East have moved to the city. It's now 53% white British, so it's very, very diverse. Migrants bring their culture, their language and their religion with them, adding interest and diversity to the city. So, for example, Birmingham is the home of the Balti restaurant where it was invented. The Balti meal has its origins within the Kashmir region of Pakistan. So there's lots of variety within the city. Other problems are similar to those of Lagos. You get overcrowding, congestion, pollution, and the consumption of energy is rapidly increasing.